Hi guys, Dan back here with you again. This is issue 2 of the Eaglemoss Hero Collector's Star Trek Next Generation Build the USS Enterprise, NCC 1701D. We're going to be working on, excuse me, we're going to be working on stage 3. Here's your parts list for everything we have in stage 3. This is primarily the battery box and the deflector dish. There'll be some wiring involved in the deflector dish, and other than that, it's a battery box, and that's what we'll be working on first. This is stage 4 and stage 5 and stage 6. Excuse me. I don't see stage... Oh, there's stage 6. That's because there's not much to do in stage 5 and stage 6. It's all on the same page. Okay, stage 3. I've already opened the pack. Here's the pack you get. And I've already opened it, took the backing off. And I did do a modification on the battery box. Because everyone has been having so many problems with these battery boxes. They're not very well made, and a lot of people have been having issues with the wiring, and also with the contact point here where the door clip, or where the battery contact connects to the wiring. But what I did, because the soldering contact areas on this battery box are really so weak, what I did is I took some hot glue, and on both contact points, this would be the contact point up here for the positive, and this is the negative. The negative is a little bit better because it actually has a little shrink tubing on there, but it's still not really a real solid connection. But what I did is I took hot glue and I glued all around the connection point where the wire connects to the contact, there and there. And then I just took some electrical tape and wrapped around it, trying to get the light to cooperate here. I just took some electrical tape and wrapped it around the wire on either side so that the stress on the wire is not going to get to those contact points. So you can see here the stress really on that negative is going to be right there where it comes out of the electrical tape, and same on the bottom here with the positive connection, because this battery box kind of takes a beating because you're using this box to test. I don't think this is going to be used at all in the model. Primarily because there's no switch on here. The contact point's another, for the battery there, is another issue, and I'll get that out here real quick and show you what a lot of people have been having trouble with. This is the door for that for the battery box, and a lot of people have been having trouble, I think, with this connection, this tab here, and it's straight down apparently on a lot of people, and actually that is pretty straight down. A lot of people have just been kind of bending that inward so that it makes a better solid connection, and that seems to take care of that, because a lot of people have had trouble with the power flickering because there wasn't a stable contact there. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna pause the camera real quick and grab something that I picked up just in case this doesn't work with the battery box. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just in case the battery box doesn't work out, something with the contact. Some people have had that contact break off of the door. So just in case, I picked this up off of eBay for $5 and change. What it is, it's a 3 AAA battery holder with leads and a switch right there. So if the battery box doesn't work out, I will just clip the wires off the battery box and solder them and tie them into the leads on this here, and then I'll just have that to do my testing with. So like I said, I don't think this is going to be used at all. I do know the door is supposed to be used temporarily when you get to the the Cobra neck, installing the battery box. They send you this part of the battery box for the Cobra head, but they don't send the door until a later issue. So you have to use the door off of your testing box. I don't know why they would do that, but they did. So I'm going to take the batteries out of here, and we'll use those in the supplied battery box for now. These are brand new batteries. I just took them out of the pack a little while ago, earlier. So what we need here is, like I said, we need our battery box, and we need that need the nut and the screw that will hold the retainer piece in place. If I can get it out of there, I'll hold the retainer in place. Now the nut is what we'll install first. I want you to put the nut, I'm trying to do this backwards on camera here. The nut goes in here, fits down in that little well, if you can get the thing in to line it up right. There we go. That fits down in there. And then this goes over the top, and I believe it can only fit on one way. I believe that's the way it fits. Nope, that's backwards. It does only fit on one way. I just had it backwards. There we go. I think. Maybe not. Need to look at this under the light. There should be a whoops. There's a notch in there. Let me look at the instructions and see. I don't know if I... Oh, okay, the notch does go up. So, put that there. Now, the photo or drawing shows using BM screws, but that's not correct because you're going into plastic. If you read the text, it tells you to use BP screws. So I don't have any BP screws in my little container, which means that we will be opening this package carefully so that I can keep the sticker. And we'll be dumping those in here. I actually want to do that first before I even start doing anything, before I even start the video. And we'll take this sticker off here, off the little baggie, and we'll place it on the top of the lid. Alright, so now I have BP screws. I'll get my screwdriver. I'll grab two, and I got two. That off the side. I'm going to need BP screws. That's all that's in this pack too, is BP screws. So we will be using those pretty much exclusively. Now, if I can see well enough, I gotta get my, I can't, kind of the shadows there are giving me a hard time. I'm going to take someone else's suggestion and not tighten it all the way down when I put the first screw in. That's the second one. Oh, I think I just stripped the screw. I didn't feel a lot of resistance, but it just stripped the screw. Well, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Yeah, probably strip the threads in there. Like I said, it's not going to go anywhere. And we may end up not even using it. Alright. Like I said, make sure you don't tighten it too much. Going into plastic. Alright. Okay, we got that. So now we're going to put our batteries in. And it shows negative side on here. And then positive and positive out there. Now we take our little door, and this is a part that people have been having a lot of trouble with because there's two tabs down at the bottom of that door. You can see those tabs there on either side, and people have been wow, that battery sunk way down in there. Oh, okay, that's got the spring on it. Okay, that explains it. That makes sense. All right, you kind of gotta you gotta bend this tab out a little bit. I think. We'll see. To get the door in. I may have to pull that back a little bit. There we go. It's fighting me. There we go. Ah, there I go. Got it in. Now I'll get my screw here. Alright, we're screwing that, so okay. Should be good. Should be good. The only thing that worries me is that I actually may have to clip that glue back a little bit. That hot glue kind of came over the edge there more than I wanted it to. But I don't think I think it'll be alright. We'll just kind of bend that tab in. I'm tempted to test it ahead of when I'm supposed to. I'm going to skip ahead to do a test here. No, we'll wait. We'll wait. It's not gonna change it if I have to go to the other battery box. Okay, next up we have the main deflector support, which comes in two pieces. Once again, I gotta get it out of here. I should get my tweezers over here. I'll just use this. Comes in two pieces. And just fit these together. And this goes together again with a BP screw. And this time we'll try not to strip the threads. There we go. Nice and good resistance. Is that loose a little bit? Still a little bit loose. think that'll do. That'll tighten it up anyway when we put it on the back of the deflector housing. Alright, set that aside for a moment. And we get our deflector housing out here. That's this little shiny aluminum piece. Actually, it's plastic. Looks aluminum though. And we're going to be putting, if I can get it out. These things are fighting me tonight. Just getting them out of the pack. Okay, and this doesn't matter which way it goes on, but it fits down in here like that. A couple of screw holes kind of protrude. The shaft protrudes a little bit, so it fits down in there like that. Like I said, it doesn't matter which way you put it in, it's the same dimensions all the way around. So we will get 2 BP screws. So 1 and 2. And we'll hold that in place. Get that in just a bite, a little bit. Sorry if I'm off camera there. Still playing that. We'll play on that side. Maybe a quarter turn. Quarter turn. That took care of it. It's nice and tight now. Okay. And now we put the support on. Now I don't know if it matters which way it goes on. It looks like it's an identical part, so I don't think it does matter. So now we are doing BP screws again. Like I said, since it only supplied us with BP screws in this step, that makes sense. I got 2 out. Oops, there we go. And yeah, kind of figured that would do that. Slide off to the side. Again, not a big issue. Let me get the screw on here first. I feel like I'm fumble fingering tonight. Others have mentioned this. Seems like it's an awful, I'm not going to say flimsy, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot to it that it's going to be supporting any kind of weight or torque or anything. Okay, that's on there good and tight. And we set that off to the side for a moment. I think we'll be coming back to that in just a moment. At step C, we want to get out our wires. We have 1 set of wires here. Makes it easy to figure it out. This is D. And we have 2 bulbs, 1 for either side. I don't think it really matters which side goes where. And it's kind of hard to tell just by looking at the picture, the drawing, but I think it appears that your yellow-green goes on this side, and the, what is this, black and red goes over here. So we're going to do them one at a time. We have two little clips here that fit over the sockets there. I don't think it matters. I think they're identical. See, O3F and O3F. Yep, they're identical. So let's see how they fit on. Okay. All right. So we take our yellow and green, and we kind of fit that in there. Does that hold by itself? Yes, it does actually. Kind of bend, kind of just gently, slightly bend that wire down, and then put your clip over top, and then we're going to be doing BP screws again. I'll just get them all out here. I'm going to have 2 extra, I believe. I got 4 out here. We'll have 2 extras. Try and keep it in camera, sorry. Yep, that's on there. It's not going anywhere. And we come over and we do this side. I'm going to separate those a little bit more. And then fit our wire right down in that slot there. And kind of press it home a little bit. You got a little tab that fits between where the wire heat shrinks around the legs of the LED. And that holds in there by itself nice. Not all of them will do that. I've seen others on the build that are further ahead than I am. The ones you really have a problem with, they get into the panels for the saucer section. They don't always hold in very well. They tend to want to pop out. But these held in pretty nice. All right, and just tighten that down. I'm real leery of screwing into plastic now after I strip the threads on that one. Like I said, it's not going to go anywhere, but all right, there we go. Those are in. Good and tight. LEDs aren't moving at all. Put my 2 extra screws back in the container there. And now they want us to test. So we have our printed circuit board here that came in this pack, and we're going to, this is D, and I believe it plugs into D on the circuit board. And we got to make sure we get the right way around, and it looks to be the right way around. I believe. I don't want to put it in there wrong and bend the contacts, but that looks like the only way it can go in. Just pops right back in, or pops right down in there once you get it lined up properly. And then this goes to F, if I'm reading it right. If my cataract is allowing me to read it properly. Alright. believe I got to turn that around like that. And, well, what do you know? The battery box works. Nice light. Now there is a part here that comes with this pack that you don't use in this stage, but everyone's been popping it right on to see what it looks like, and I don't know that it really has an effect yet, but there you go. It does kind of look cool, but I really do think that something else is going on there that's going to further illuminate that, but we will have to wait and see on that. That's quite a ways down the line. Alright, so we will unplug that. Unplugging these worries me more than plugging them in. Alright, and we'll unplug that. Yeah, these things go on that printed circuit board really kind of tight. Alright, I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to go grab the bridge section, which is what they want us to test next. I will be right back. Alright, we have the bridge section here ready to go. So we will see about plugging these in here. These are all alphabetically coded. So I've got wire C, goes in there. And we have, try and sort this through here so wire isn't as tangled. There we go. And then we got wire A, which does not go into, oh yes it does, A goes into A. So that's what I'm having trouble with, is because of my cataract, it distorts letters a little bit. Okay, now some of the builders have lit this flush vent. I did not, so I do not have another plug to plug in there to test. So we will get our battery box back out here, and once again we will be plugging it into F. And we should have some light in the bridge, and what do you know, we do. And there we go. And there we go. And it looks pretty good. I'm still disappointed, well, not disappointed, but I'm a little, I wish they had done more with the light distribution inside. I tried to improve it a little bit, but it doesn't look like it did any real positive. But as you can, I don't know if you can tell on camera how some areas are lit better than others, especially on the front, because your LEDs are located here, and you notice these are nice and bright, but as you get further over towards the center, it's not as bright, and it really isn't as bright up in the front here, and that kind of just, no, I won't say it disturbs me again, but let me shut off this one light, and that might give it a little bit better. Still looks pretty good. Still looks pretty good. And there's my bridge dome. I am really happy with the bridge dome there. That nice, it's almost green. It's supposed to be yellow, but there's almost a green tinge to it. At least to my eye, anyway. I used a yellow Sharpie, so I don't know. Okay, that, I do believe, is the end of stage 3. See here, that was D and E. Yep, that is the end of stage 3. So we will unplug everything. I am happy the battery box is working. It would be nice if it had a switch on it. It wouldn't have really taken that much for Eaglemoss to put a switch on that set of wires. Come on. Boy, these things really go in there tight. I'm worried about pulling too hard and pulling the whole connection off of the board. Wow, that one is really on there tight. Man, that was on there tight. That came off better. Okay, like I said, that is issue 2, stage 3. Right back. I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to get everything out and show where we are at this point. Not very far along, obviously, but I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Forgive, it's not very showy, but since we won't be using the or dealing with the nacelle half until quite a ways down the road, I wrapped it up in tissue paper and set it aside so it won't get marred up. This we'll be using in I believe stage 5. We'll be adding the shuttle bay, and we'll be adding the outer perimeter panels to this, which will then eventually all get attached to the framework of the saucer. This we are done with for the foreseeable future. Nothing else gets done with that deflector dish for quite a while, so we'll be finding something to put that in, and I think I have just the thing here. I have some extra little things, and I'll just things that I need to save. Obviously the bigger pieces can't go in here, but I do believe that will fit in there very nicely. And I can probably put that in there too, just like that, and put a cover on it. The battery box will keep out because that we're going to need periodically. But like I said, we'll just and actually be right back. The Bussard collector from stage 2, issue 1, and we'll just put all of those in there. Make sure I got, I'll need one lid. All of those go in, and that is nice and protected now, and we won't have to worry about that. We won't be worrying about any of those parts for quite some time. This we will be using periodically along with the battery box, so I'll have to get something just to kind of keep that. I'll probably just use another one of these, but it'll be out where I can get to it. Anyway, that's all we got. Sorry to ramble there. I hate it when I ramble. Everybody take care. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go through the rest of the stages here just to show you what we're going to be doing the rest of the way in issue 2. In stage 4, we'll be working on saucer panels and windows and escape pods. And that'll be my first introduction to the windows. I've got some product ordered that I want to try to take care of light bleed, and also to actually affix the windows in place without using super glue. I don't trust super glue. I don't trust that it's not going to leak out and get brittle. So what I'm doing is I've got some different types of different glue. I've got a clear glue ordered and a black glue. I think it's T7000 and T8000. The 8000 is a clear and the T7000 is black, and it's glue, so it'll hold the clear windows in place and the black will hold the black windows in place. And that should hopefully take care of the light leaks for the windows. It does take overnight to cure, so I'll be putting the windows in and then sealing them. I'll probably do like all the black windows, seal those in, and then do all the clear windows and then seal those in. So each panel is going to take me roughly 2 days to prep before I even put the reflector panel or the lighting in. So those are going to be a little more tedious to do. So, but at any rate, like I said, you got panels you're working on there, and that is stage 4, and it goes step A, B, C, and step D. You have another panel with where the phaser strip goes, and not as many, obviously not as many windows, but a lot more escape pods. And then you do a little, you connect up a couple with your wire and everything, and then you test it all at the end of the stage, which is step E. And then, like I mentioned, stage 5 is you put the shuttle bay in, and then you've got what do they call this? The deck front base. That's the deck front base, and I'm gonna guess this is the deck front right side. I'm sorry, deck right base and deck left base. And that's just, you're just screwing metal parts in. That'll take probably like less than 10 minutes. But A, B, C, and D. Ooh, my power just flickered. That'll look good on camera. And then in stage 6, this is a real simple one. You get your first piece of framework, and you're putting in 2 rib supports for that framework. And that's it. That's all there is in this issue. It's not a lot to do in this issue. The windows and the panels take up the most of the time, and me rambling on about it takes up a lot of the time too. So then I got some reading to do. I won't go through all of this. Maybe at the end of the stage here, when I get all 4 stages done, I'll do a quick overview of it. By then I'll have read it all. And that's it. That's all I got. Hopefully this didn't run too long, and hope you enjoyed the little power outage there, the little flicker of the light. Went dark for about a split second. So everybody take care. Hit that subscribe button if you feel so inclined, and the like button as well. And like I said, I hope everybody takes care. Be safe and have a great day.